Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Inmate to Roommate Season 2, Episode 6. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, we are over here with Emily and Jason. So we're down in Minnesota with Emily and Jason. It's the morning after he snuck that lady in her house. She's asking him about getting a job. He said, look, I'm working on it so I can get you your money. I know you need to be paid. She told him, yeah, because I really need that money. She has a friend that has a rescue shelter or something like that. So she's going to take him over there to try and find some work. He said that he doesn't mind picking up dog poop if it's going to pay him. Okay, whatever I got to do to get some money, I'll do it. Jason said that he did agree to pay her $500 a month when he was in prison. But he said he can't work miracles. It's only been 48 hours. And I was like, yeah, at least a week would be good enough for him to find a job. Then you still have to wait for him to get a paycheck. I know you didn't think he was going to hop right out the pen and hand you $500. What I don't understand is why don't people get jobs out of prison where they go work at a restaurant or be a busboy or a dishwasher, or you can even be a server or even work in fast food. Let me just tell y'all a little secret. That's the quickest place to get a job after being incarcerated. Now, I worked in food service for many years, and most restaurants get money for every person that has been in jail before. There's like a stipend that they get. So it's easy for you to obtain jobs at these places. Even sometimes when I see people like begging on TikTok and stuff like that, I'm like, look, do you think I wanted to be a single parent working two jobs, one of them being in a restaurant and having to pick up after people and be at their every beck and call and hope that they leave me tips? No, but I had to do what I had to do. So I just sometimes don't understand the mentality, because unless you don't have identification or something, they'll even work with that. Like, okay, you can work here, but by the time this happens, we need to see a driver's license or an ID or something. Like, I just don't get it, y'all. Jason is saying that he doesn't want the pressure and that she's giving him this list of rules that he has to follow, like being sober, no chicks over, and he just can't take it. Well, we already know you breaking the rules. You wasn't in there a good 12 hours. I don't know why this lady thought it made sense to go to work the first day this man was out. The way I would have called in so good. Moving forward. Over in Gainesville, we down here with Kathy, and she's picking Devin up from the jailhouse. So Devin has agreed to go to a sober living facility upon release. The bail bondsman was telling her that it's going to be about 30 minutes to an hour, but Kathy doesn't know where he's even getting the money to be bonded out. His sister probably sending it to him. And just like I suspected, his sister called and she's the one that bonded him out. She said that he's going to pay her back. I mean, it's her brother, so I get it. But Devin has to learn, and he has not learned a thing at all. And he ain't gonna learn nothing as long as his sister is there to bail him out. So then Devin's grandmother showed up to the courthouse and she said he can't come with me. He cannot come to my house. So the rehab will be the best thing for him. And that's a shame that your own grandmother doesn't want to be bothered with you. But y'all, she can't tell if she gonna come home one day and everything gonna be gone. So I understand. They go to sit inside, Kathy and the grandmother, right? They're sitting there, they're waiting for him. She's saying that she's been to many jails waiting on Devin to get out. His grandmother has been through the fire with him, and she doesn't want to take him to the sober living facility because she's too heartbroken and she cannot bear to see him go inside. And I feel so bad for her. So then Devin finally emerges. Hey, sir. He ain't even say thank you. I would have left him right there. I can't stand ungrateful people. That's the quickest way to piss me off. I would have left his ass right there. Moving forward. In the next scene, we're over here with Cindy and Jennifer, aka Misery. At Cindy's house, she's telling us how Jennifer woke up in a panic, right? And said that she relapsed, and then her friend Angela had to take her to detox. Now, Angela is Cindy's friend. It was too much for her, especially with Cindy and all of her demands. Not saying it's entirely Cindy's fault, but girl, my goodness, you're overbearing. So Angela is back from dropping her off at the rehab, okay? And I'm doing air quotes. She's back. And Cindy is telling Angela that Jennifer said that there was a pipe in an old shirt that she had. And Angela was like, yeah, you know, people pre-plan their relapse. because it's easy to be sober in a controlled environment. But when you get out and you can make your own choices and decisions, sometimes you set it up. You set yourself up for failure. She feels like Jennifer quickly relapsing was very surprising, but she said Jen told her that she just wasn't ready to be out in the free world. And in my opinion, I feel like Jennifer was just trying to escape Cindy, but that's just me. Cindy is too much too soon and all at damn once. And plus she's creepy. I don't know, just something about her is creepy. Back over with Emily and Jason, they're on their way to find him a job. Emily feels sad because it reminds her of her dog Nash, because you know they're going to see her friend who has the dog shelter. Child, Emily was in this car just a yapping. Emily, please. Jason was tuning her completely out. These two are not going to make it together. They just not going to make it. So they finally arrived to the park. There was a dog with a muzzle on his mouth, right? And he instantly gravitated to Jason. Now, mind you, this dog had a muzzle because they said that he's always on the attack. So, yeah, they had to make sure they put that muzzle on. And Jason resonated with him the most because he felt like the one who had the behavioral problems wasn't being treated the best. And that's how he feels like he's treated in his own life. You like to break the rules. Now, I don't know what he doing down at the puppy pound, but you got out and still did the exact opposite of what this lady asked you to do. So y'all are not the same, honey, at all. Moving forward. So her friend is telling him, like, right now we're taking volunteers only. That would have pissed me off. Now, Emily, you know full well that Jason was not going to get a job with these people. Girl, how confused can you be? You knew this man was only doing volunteer work. Jason said, I feel like this was a waste of time. Like, you knew he wasn't hiring. And since she wants her rent ASAP, he'll just have to do it his way. Jason would have to leave my house because he's up to his old tricks. And like I said, he should have gone to get a job as a busboy at a restaurant. That restaurant you were eating at, you should have asked them for an application. I remember that's how the first time I got into food service, that's how it happened. I was eating at this restaurant and then I asked the server, I was like, are y'all hiring? Because I feel like I'm good with people. And she was like, yeah. So she went to give me an application. I came back the next day. This is when I was in high school. I came back the next day and then, yeah, that's how it happened. You should have been asking for an app while you were in there eating. In the next scene, it's been 16 days since Aaron has been out. We're over here with David and Aaron. He and David are having a barbecue. Aaron's friends show up and he's known them for like 10 plus years. They're his sober rehab buddies. Aaron is telling them that David seems like a cool dude and he doesn't really want to mess it up. So you got to make sure he stays on the straight and narrow. And his friends are kind of worried because although he seems changed, things can happen at any time when it comes to Aaron. So they don't believe him too tough. So then David comes out, introduces himself to all of the friends. Aaron's daughter finally arrives and she looks just like her daddy. Her and Aaron look just alike to me. And she was just saying that she had a lot of mixed feelings about being there and seeing him. And she met him when she was 11 years old and she's 24 now. And he's telling her, well, you know, I'm not going back. But she's like a little iffy on the situation because heard it all before, but your lies ain't working now. Honey, shout out to Sunshine Anderson. And I can understand because she's probably taken his word before and then she got let down. And as a child, it's disappointing. You're the person that they look up to. So if you can't keep your word, how can they trust anybody else out in the free world? So he's talking to her about this heartfelt letter that she wrote to him. And she's telling him that was her way of grieving the things that she didn't get from him. She said she faced a rough home life, right? So when he would promise to get out of prison and come get her and take her places, she lit up because she was going to be able to escape from the house and the people who were mistreating her. But then every single time Aaron let her down. And that has to be heartbreaking as a young child thinking, okay, my dad's going to come rescue me. And he didn't come. Like, that's just crazy. She said the letter was her way of grieving her childhood. And she didn't appreciate the way that he responded to it by saying that he didn't need to hear that right now. This is not the time for that. He doesn't want to read this while he's locked up. Now, he did apologize to her, but I'm sure that she resents him. I could almost guarantee it. He said that he did need to hear it, but he didn't want to hear it. He says to her, you know, you're the reason that I want to change. And she's like, look, you know what? Nope. Stop. I'm going to table the conversation because it's becoming too overwhelming. I need to go. I heard all of this before. Okay. But I feel like this time Aaron has to show and prove. Like, you've done this so many times in the past. Now it's time for you to prove that you can be the parent that she needs. Because after a while, it just becomes words. You've been let down so many times. You're like, look, I can't depend on anybody. And then you become hyper independent. Shout out to me. It's like every time I ask someone to do something, they never come through. So I always do it for myself. And then you have situations like this. So I understand her shutting down. Moving forward. Emily and Jason. Back at Emily's, Jason is getting some money from his friend. So they over on the street corner. Now, Jason said that the friend had borrowed some money from him before he went into prison, and he was just returning the money. So the friend was like, can I use the restroom? I gotta poop. And so Jason goes over to ask Emily, and she's like, no, I don't know him. And I'm just like, how are you gonna ask to take a dump in someone else's restroom? And to be fair, Jason is so shady, I wouldn't trust none of his friends either. But Emily, you are annoying. On the flip side, I wouldn't let them people in my house either. All you do, Emily, is nag and complain. You are a lot. I don't know. I mean, I understand that this is Jason's situation, but you offered to help. So you just gonna nag the whole time? So after the friend leaves, because he got to find a restroom ASAP, Jason gives her the $500, and she's like, I don't know where this money came from. Girl, do you want the money or not? You've been asking for the money since he got out. It's only been 2 days. You know he's an ex-con, so I know you're not expecting him to have a hedge fund to pull from. Girl, do you want it or not? Like, this is what I'm saying. Emily gets on my nerves, honey. She gets on my central nervous system. So she's telling him he needs to find a job so nobody comes over to the house. Baby, it's been 2 damn days. 1, 2, 1, 2. Honey, I don't know how other many languages to say it in. It's only been 2 days. Kathy and Devin. So Kathy and Devin are on the road again. They're on the way to a sober living facility. Kathy agreed to take him to show him that, she likes him. No hard feelings. But the buck stops here. You can't stay here. You were only here a few minutes and you violated, so you can't stay here. He's telling Kathy, he got caught up and he got high one time and then he pulled over and they caught him while he was high. So then he starts saying, once he messed up, everybody thinks he's manipulating and everybody thinks he's conniving. Oh, Devin, he's so wrong. And she's trying to tell him, you're blaming everybody but yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. And she is absolutely right. He's like, no, I'm happy. I'm happy y'all made your decision. Great. I wouldn't even argue with Devin. Baby, he'd be talking to his damn self. Do you hear me? The way my eyes would be on the road and my hands would be at 10 and 2, gunning it to get him to whatever facility he needs to go to. Baby, I wouldn't have no conversation with him. He's going on and on about how everybody turned their backs on him. And Kathy is explaining to him, all of his family wants him to succeed, but he's the one that just does not want to do it. So they arrive at the sober living facility and Kathy says her goodbyes to him. And it's truly sad, but I feel like the structure and their expertise will really help him get and stay sober. Good luck to you, Devin. Cindy and Jennifer. At Cindy's house, it's been 24 hours since Jennifer went in to the rehab, okay? So she'd been trying to get a hold to Jennifer, but she can't. So then all of a sudden, Jen calls her. They're talking about the morning that she left, okay? The morning she woke her up, and then Jen drops a bomb, y'all. She tells Cindy that she didn't relapse. Cindy is like, what? She said it was all a lie. She basically lied to get away from Cindy. I knew it. I didn't know it was a lie, but I feel like if she did relapse, it was because of how much Cindy was putting on her and she wanted to escape. So she basically made up a lie to escape. She said she felt like if she said she relapsed, then they would let her go. Jennifer, now don't piss me off. There are people who are really facing this struggle, and you went and acted like you had relapsed just so you could escape her. All you had to do was get in your car and drive and never come back. You were not being held hostage. Why not just say, I want to leave? She cannot make you stay. They would have found other arrangements for you. So the producer is asking where she went. And she said Angela took her to her brother's house. So now what I'm thinking is Angela a liar too? Because why is Angela acting like she took her to rehab when she took her to her brother's house? Did Angela not know that this was actually her brother's house versus a rehab? Did she not walk her inside? Like, so many questions that need answers. I wouldn't trust you either, Angela. You can't be trusted. Absolutely not. Now, Cindy does work my nervous system, but baby, you can't be trusted. So then Cindy asked if she wanted to come back there, and she said, yeah, because I have nowhere else to go. That wouldn't be good enough for me. Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Hell no. Baby, I got that from an episode of Martin. That lives rent-free in my head. Do you hear me? I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Okay, well, you could not be coming back to my house. I'm sorry. Cindy wants her to take a drug test and prove that she isn't on drugs, and she agreed. Baby, this a fool. Emily and Jason. So y'all know Emily had left for work, right? And Jason is about to have yet another female visitor. His friend Amber is coming over. So she gets there. They're sitting there for all of 5 minutes. They start talking a little small talk. Then they head on to the room, baby. And in 5 minutes, she was getting undressed. When I say getting bucket naked, she got to be on something. She got to be on something, because Jason don't even look like he's bathed since he's been out. He looks dipped in dirt. I'm sorry. He looks dipped in dirt, baby. He getting ready to throw that pH all off. Do you hear me? You might as well go on, call in a scription for the diflucan, or the deflucan, as some people like to call it, baby, because that yeast is going to be yeasting when you get done with him. Baby, it's disgusting. In the next scene, Jennifer is back with her little lion self. She just needed a break from Cindy, child. She showed up with her drug test. And so Cindy had to go into the restroom with her so she could, pee, just to make sure she's not using somebody else's pee. And I was just like, ugh, yuck. Ooh, Jennifer seems to be in better spirits after her little break, though. I feel like she just needs to let her breathe a little bit. If she backs off, then I think Jennifer will be fine. Now, the test was negative. Cindy told her, listen, that's your first strike. 3 strikes and you're out. Jennifer apologized for lying, and she wants to move back in. Back over here with Jason and Emily, baby. Baby, Jason is going to Pound Town. And Emily sees that there's some espadrilles at the door. She's like, baby, what these little wedges doing at the door? Because I don't wear these little wedges. So she goes up to the door. Emily is like, what the hell? I told you no visitors. She said, girl, you got to go. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. And I don't blame her, because people steal. You will not have these strangers in and out of my house while I'm not here. And that was the end of the episode. Listen, the episode really didn't give it really didn't give much. But what I will say is, Emily, you're annoying. Jason, you do not follow rules. You're going to be back in that pen. Devin, I wish you the best. Jennifer, why didn't you just tell Misery that you needed a break? Just be like, girl, I need a little break from you. Okay, I'm going to get whatever it is that you need, and I'm going to stay out overnight so I can recoup. I mean, it's just so many questions that I have about this Angela character, and I'm just so outdone, honey. This is a fool. Y'all comment down below and tell me if you watched this episode or if you didn't. Hopefully you made it to the end of this review, and I thank y'all so much for going back and watching all of the reviews that I couldn't put out last week because we didn't have power. I'm still dealing with a lot from that storm, and who would have thought that a category 1 would have done as much damage as it did. But I'm just thankful that we're alive. I'm thankful for all of you, and I really appreciate your viewership on each and every video. So comment down below and I'm gonna comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.